the hips, we hold all of our tension in our hips. So as you work through these exercises, just be very patient with yourself and just allow your emotions that come up to just let them come out, because that's where we store all of our tension, is in our hips and our neck and shoulders. So we're going to sit up straight, and we're just going to do kind of like a seated cat cow here. So just round the shoulders. Deep breath in and slowly come up. And we're going to do a couple of these. Keep your legs engaged, your core engaged. And go your own pace here. There's no hurry. Do some nice deep breathing. Just allow all that tension to come out. Alright. I'm going to drop down onto the hands. Roll the shoulders up and down. Can feel very quickly if you're tight in your shoulders. And then if you can, go down a little farther. Now here, if you can use yoga blocks if you need to. If you're way up top here, that's okay too. Again, calm down, just wherever you are. The key is to just keep your leg muscles engaged, keep your feet flexed. Also look down at your feet, make sure they're not turned one way or, turned. You want to try to keep them straight up and down. All right, we're going to lean forward. Deep breaths in and out. And we're just going to hold the pose. Just letting the hamstrings stretch out. Keep the core engaged. Glutes tight. And we're going to slowly come down a little farther. Now, if at any time you feel like it's too much, you feel numbness or tingling, just come back up. And you can also put a little flow in here, a little up and down. If you're going to use your hands, make sure you've got fingertips, palm, wrist. That prevents wrist injury. And by doing this, you're working your upper body as well. Then go ahead and go your own pace. There's no rush here. You want to take your time. You want to go slow so that you give your body time to stretch out and get used to moving again. We're going to gently move side to side here. Nice deep breathing. I want to remind you all to make sure you're drinking enough water during the day as well. Your brain itself is 80% water, so your body 90%. So be sure to drink enough water during the day. That's one reason you can have pain in your body. And try to avoid sugary products like soda. Those all cause inflammation. All right, if you're able to, drop it down to your elbows maybe. If you're up here still, that's okay too, wherever you are. Just keep your shoulders pressed down and back. And we're going to move the head left and right here. Nice deep breathing. You need to stretch out the hamstrings before you start to do any hip work so that you don't injure yourself. Okay. So from here, we're going to bring the legs up. we're just going to very gently do a little windshield wiper. Keep your shoulders down and back. And if you can maybe go a little bit further, let's bring it over, sit up, so that both legs kind of come down. And if you're able to lean forward, you're going to feel it stretching in the hips. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can walk your hands over to the side and you're just going to stretch your hips here, the top of your hips. Keep your shoulders down and back. Core engaged, legs engaged, glutes engaged. And then slowly come back up. Windshield wiper a little more. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So lower down. Again, twist. Look over your shoulder if you can. Make an adjustment of the lower back like mine just did. And back to center. Alright. From here, we're going to sit in butterfly pose. Just open the legs. Now, if you need to put support under your legs, like pillows or yoga blocks, you can do that too. Or you can just sit. And we're just going to lean forward a little bit. Just opening up the hips. And again, you can very gently keep your core engaged. Squeeze it tight. A little bit of flow in those hips to open them up. Right. And today's exercise with the yoga strap, we're going to do some leg circles. So just lay down on your back. Bring your knees up. You're going to wrap the strap around your foot and extend your foot up. Your left leg can be flat. Again, look down at your foot and make sure that it's not turned left or right. You want it straight up. Okay, and we're just going to do little tiny circles here. So just go within where you are able to move. Keep the leg muscles engaged, your core squeezed, your glutes squeezed, and keep your foot flexed. This is going to keep you from injuring yourself. And you'll see it's a very small circle. And just take time to really go into all that area of that hip. It's a very slow movement. And then as you get used to moving it, you'll feel the hamstring stretch out. And this is where you want to go a little bit wider. So use that strap to support you. Again, listen to your leg. How does the hip feel? How does the leg feel? Keep the muscles squeezed tight. Nice deep breathing. All right. Now we're going to hold the leg up and I want you to switch directions. So again, do really small. And while you're doing this, I want you to relax your face muscles. Relax your back. Keep your core engaged. And then we're going to go a little bit bigger with the circles. And when you change direction, you'll notice that the muscles work differently in the legs. So you might feel it now in the outer hip. All right. This is a great way to open up your hips. If you've got a lot of hip pain or lower back pain, this is a great way to, just start your healing is doing these very gently. All right, you also want to work on, we're going to drop it down now and bring it up. So just bring it up as high as you can. Keep the leg muscles engaged. And very quickly you feel the muscle working in the hip flexor. This is called the psoas muscle. It's a big muscle that runs on the inside of the hip bone. And it's the one that gets really tight, and that's what causes your sciatic nerve pinch. So this is a great way to get that moving. And then from here, we're going to windshield wiper back and forth. Again, keep the leg engaged. And it's very small to start. Just go very small. And then as you feel the inner thigh stretch out and the outer thigh stretch out, that's when you want to go a little bit deeper. But just listen to your body. You might not be able to go all the way today, and that's okay. You just want to go where your body can move. Okay? Now we're going to do a nice deep stretch on the IT band, the outside of the leg. So I just want you to slowly bring your leg down. Use that strap to hold your foot up so that you're not overstretching it. And just listen to that muscle on the outside of your leg. How does it feel? All right, so keep the leg muscles engaged, keep your core engaged, keep your glutes engaged, keep your bottom foot flexed. You can flex this foot too or point it, whichever feels better. If you flex it, you're going to feel it's tighter. And just keep it tight and breathe. And the leg muscle will slowly come down. You're going to feel it in the hip flexor. You're going to feel it in the outside of the leg. And you might not be able to go down very far. This might be where you're stuck. That's okay. Just let all that tension come out. And if at any point it feels like it's too much, it's pulling on the inside, on the outside, just lift the leg back up. Okay? You can go back and forth. And then try again. And you can see I can't get all the way to the ground. My hip flexors are really tight. My T-bands are tight. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly let the hip come down. So just holding this stretch. It's a very intense stretch for the IT band. You feel it stretching in the hip. Keep your core engaged. Then just take about 4 to 8 breaths here. And we're going to do one more. And bring it back up. I want to bend the knee and straighten. Just stretching out that hamstring. And then we're going to slowly switch sides. So bring that strap up, switch feet. Right leg comes down, foot flex, leg engaged. And we're going to start with those little tiny circles. And we're going to switch direction. Do the little ones. No right or wrong way to do these. You can go small, then you can go bigger. You can go small in both directions. And then you can switch and go a little bit bigger. Just listen to your body. Sometimes you need to move it differently in order to get it to work. All right, I'm going to go a little bit bigger now in this direction, using the strap to really support in all those corners of the hip. Leg engage, abdominal squeeze, nice deep breathing. And then I want to switch direction. You want to do about 4 to 8. You can do more if you like as well. And hold it up there, and we're gonna windshield wiper back and forth. And then we're gonna lower it down. And on this side, I'm gonna use my lounger to just show you. If you can't get all the way to the floor, you can use your couch or the wall and just prop your leg up on that. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes, and just allow the hips to relax here. Relax your face. And don't worry if you can't get all the way down. Just go where you can move. Okay. And from here, we want to come back up. I want to bend and straighten the leg, stretching out the back of the leg. Okay. Take time every day to do these stretches. You'll open your hips very quickly. If you've got a sciatic nerve pinch, this is the best stretch you can do to get your hips moving very quickly. Okay, and we're going to take this strap off. I want you to bring both legs down, and we're just going to reset the hips now. So I want you to just raise and lower each leg. Keep the legs engaged, your core tight. And this resets your hips for you. Okay. Now we're just going to take a minute to relax. So we've kind of worked to open up our hips. Now we're going to rock up. And I want you to just come onto your stomach, lower down. And this is a good stretch in itself to open up the lower back and the abdominals. And then we're going to lower down onto the hands. And I want you to just bring the leg up. So we're just opening that hip. Okay, from here you're going to just lift and lower the leg. Very small movement. Slowly getting that hip to start moving. If at any time it feels not right, you can straighten the leg out. Then bring it back up and try again. Sometimes when you first start, it feels funny, but as you do it, even like going through it, 4 or 5 stretches, all of a sudden you feel right in that hip flexor, that psoas muscle. Feels kind of weird. So just relax the leg, and then core guide. And there's no set amount you need to do. All right, we're gonna extend the leg out, and we're gonna do the same on the other side. So bring the leg up and do the same thing, lift and lower. This is one of the best series of stretches you can do for your sciatic nerve. So I hope you guys will give it a try. And go your own pace. Go slow. Keep the muscles in your legs engaged, your core tight. Okay. Then extend the legs down, extend it out. And we're just going to lift that leg up, working the back of the leg. And switch sides. And slowly lowering down. We're just going to move the legs back and forth. And you can roll your hips left and right to open up that hip joint as well. And then we're going to come back up into Cobra. Drop the shoulders down and back. And slowly round it up. Just gonna do a child's pose to stretch out your back. And back to center. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you will try that hip series. It's a wonderful way to open up your hips. If you've got that sciatic nerve pinch, I know I had it. It sucks. It hurts terribly. And just by doing that stretching, 2 or 3 days in a row, you'll notice a huge difference in your hips. Right? You can do it on the bed. You can do it on the floor. And invest in a cloth yoga strap to help assist you with your stretching. You will feel so much better. I promise, 2 3 days, you will notice a huge difference in your hips and that pain.